Sonic's world has always been a source of mystery and intrigue. On the surface, it's pretty straightforward and simple. A world full of humans, animals, and anthropomorphic creatures who all coexist and defend their planet against an evil genius bent on taking over the world. But the fact is, there's more to it than that. Any knowledgeable fan would know that Sonic's world is one that is filled with rich history and mysticism. Starting with the first game, Sonic the Hedgehog 1, fans have theorized on who the inhabitants of South Island were, and who built all the architecture, monuments, etc. Many people assume they were just built by the natives centuries ago, sort of like how the Egyptians built the ancient pyramids, or how the ancient Europeans built Stonehenge. But what if this is only part of a much bigger picture? I'm GamerGuy7Aces, and in this episode of Sonic Theory, we're about to discover the hidden truth about the ancient history of Sonic's home planet. Let's begin. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the 12th episode of Sonic Theory, and geez, can I just say how awesome it is to have gone this far with the series and it still gets a ton of support? Thanks to you all. I apologize for the long delay, as I've been extremely busy with my studies and some setbacks. Hopefully next year I'll be more consistent with my Sonic theories. Anyway, back to this topic. Now, when you think of aliens in the Sonic universe, you think of the Babylon rogues from the Sonic Riders series. They're a mysterious band of avian treasure-hunting thieves who are the descendants of the ancient Babylonians, an alien race of genie-like beings that got stranded on Earth thousands of years ago. In the history of Sonic's world, the Babylonians were a technologically advanced civilization who were the creators of Babylon Garden and the Arks of the Cosmos. They were space travelers who created a spacecraft called the Astro Babylon, which was powered by the Arks of the Cosmos. Due to a terrible malfunction in the ship that forced them to jettison the Arks of the Cosmos, they crash-landed in Sonic's world. Marooned and stranded on a foreign planet, the Babylonians constructed a garden around their inoperable spacecraft, and thus it became their home, Babylon Garden. Now, what happened to these Babylonians on Earth? According to Blaze the Cat, after the floating continent fell to Earth, the people had to live down here among us. And that makes complete sense. They were space travelers after all, and like the explorer Chris Columbus, who accidentally landed in America instead of India, they ended up on Sonic's planet by complete accident. But unlike Columbus, the Babylonians came in peace and did not seek to kill or conquer the people of Earth, nor did they see the inhabitants as savages. No, they wanted to share their own knowledge and tech with the world, which makes them the ancient astronauts of Sonic's world. This derives from an actual theory called the Ancient Alien Theory, or the Ancient Astronaut Theory. Theorists believe that extraterrestrials with superior knowledge of science and engineering landed on Earth thousands of years ago, sharing their expertise with early civilizations and forever changing the course of human history. For example, some of these theorists believe that it was aliens that built or helped build the pyramids and much of the ancient landmarks on our planet. The same applies for Sonic's planet as well. Although we don't know the specificities, a lot of the ancient architecture was definitely built by the Babylonians themselves. Take a look at Labyrinth Zone from Sonic 1. Several of the stone wall murals in that zone resemble bird-like creatures, which isn't a coincidence. They resemble the Babylonians, who were humanoid beings with pointed beaks and feathered bodies. Some say that it could have been the natives that built that to pay worship to the Babylonians, but I beg to differ, since there aren't any statues or monuments of the avian creatures. The Babylonians were also great pioneers of technology. They were highly intelligent and were the creators of an early form of extreme gear, which existed thousands of years before modern aircraft. This parallels actual theories of aliens visiting Earth in ancient times, and the people interpreting their flying aircrafts as magic carpets and other flying contraptions, which could explain why Babylonians in the Sonic universe were thought of as being genies. For example, according to the Bible, in the book of Ezekiel, the prophet Ezekiel describes a flying chariot containing wheels within wheels and powered by angels. Although biblical historians suggest Ezekiel was speaking symbolically about the terrifying enemies facing Israel, his vision is often used to try to support the ancient astronaut theory as an example of an alien visitation and proof that prehistoric aircraft existed. The ancient Babylonians also had a close relationship with the Echidna tribes of Angel Island, and in fact, I think a lot of Angel Island's mystic history traces back to the Babylonians and Echidnas. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that the Babylonians had something to do with the creation of the Chaos Emeralds. Yes, there is simply no way that the Chaos Emeralds were created by the natives or other aliens. Their mystic powers and abilities to manipulate time and space is a huge feat that only a technologically advanced extraterrestrial race could achieve, like the ancient Babylonians. My guess is that the Babylonians created these powerful gemstones to fuel their plans of returning back to their homeworld. Since the Arks of Cosmos had gravity manipulating devices and was a power source for their astral Babylon spacecraft, it's evident that that's what they were trying to forge with the Chaos Emeralds. Obviously, this plan didn't work, as the Chaos Emeralds' power are far beyond that of the Arks of the Cosmos, and the Babylonians were unable to control that power. This could explain the Emerald's link with the Cube Key to Babylon Garden from the game Sonic Riders. Now, with this failed attempt at going back to their homeland, the Babylonians couldn't just leave the Chaos Emeralds out in the open. They feared that they would end up in the wrong hands. That's where the Echidna tribe comes in. The Babylonians must have been drawn to the fairly peaceful society of the Knuckles clan. Therefore, they entrusted the clan with the Chaos Emeralds, and together they built Hidden Palace and the Shrine for the Emeralds. The Babylonians also created the Master Emerald in order to control and neutralize the power of the Chaos Emeralds when needed. So now that the Master Emerald protected the Chaos Emeralds, who would protect the Master Emerald? The Babylonians created an alien entity called Chaos to guard the Master Emerald. It's evident that Chaos is an alien judging by his looks, which resembles a typical extraterrestrial. As for the mural on the wall of Hidden Palace, it could have been a forewarning from the Babylonians about other forces of evil that would threaten to steal the Master Emerald from Angel Island. Now, at some point, Chieftain Pakakamek inherited the leadership of the tribe from his mother, and while initially a compassionate ruler, the death of his wife turned Pakakamek into a hard-hearted warmonger. The tribe expanded hawkishly, conquering neighboring nations and fighting a protracted conflict against the Nocturnus clan. His tribe embroiled in bloody warfare, Pakakamek set covetous eyes upon the Chaos Emeralds, which he believed were keys to the Knuckles clan's survival and victory. Despite the pleas of his daughter Tikal and the Babylonians, Pakakamek assaulted the Emerald Shrine, an act which, more than any other, defined the course of history in Sonic's world. The shrine's alien guard in Chaos was so enraged by Pakakamek's indiscriminate slaughter of the child that he transformed into perfect chaos with the power of the Emeralds and laid total waste to the Knuckles clan. Their civilization was wiped out almost overnight, and the energy backlash from the Master Emeralds threw Angel Island into the air. Now, the question is, what happened to the Babylonians after all of this? Well, I assume that after the events of the Knuckles clan, they lost faith in humanity and lived secluded lives. Over time, the stranded Babylonians lost their high technology and even the knowledge of their own history, leaving behind only misunderstood legends. They may have even abandoned Earth altogether and went to Blaze's dimension, since Blaze knows about them in Sonic Rush Adventure. Nevertheless, their last remaining descendants are the Babylon Rogues, which consist of Jet, Wave, and Storm. Now, it's not uncommon for aliens to breed with the inhabitants of Earth, and since we don't know exactly how many Babylonians crash-landed on Earth, who's to say they didn't mingle with the other creatures? All Babylonians have similar traits though: blue eyes, flame-like markings on their forearms, and resembling birds. But what if some other Sonic character shares a bit of their DNA? What if there's a character in Sonic's world who not only has the same eye color as the Babylonians, but also shares their intellect for technology and has a weird deformity that enables him to fly, reminiscent to the bird-like aliens? Who knows?
Let's take a look at more clues.